Hello, hi students. So as part of this isomerism, let us continue this one. This is part 2. So in this lecture, let us see the representation of stereoisomers in various forms. We have wedge representation, Fisher representation, Newman projection, and Sahar's projections. These different types of representations we will use while writing the stereoisomers. So as we have seen, your stereoisomers are classified into two categories. One is enantiomers, other one is diastereomers. If there is a mirror image relationship and they are non-superimposable, then they are enantiomers. If a mirror image relationship is not there and more than one stereocenter if exists, stereocenter is that chiral center, we call it as asymmetric center, then they become diastereomers. Definition wise also, one of the stereoisomer, enantiomer is one of the stereoisomer, and in the case of enantiomers you have a mirror image relationship to each other. These two molecules are mirror images of each other that you are seeing, L-alanine and D-alanine. These two are mirror images. Okay, so and you just try to superimpose this molecule. Superimpose is just overlap this molecule onto this one. It won't overlap. This hydrogen will come onto NH2 and NH2 will come onto hydrogen. So it's non-superimposable. So as it is non-superimposable and mirror image relationship is there, you can say they are enantiomers. And similarly, one more example you have a look at S-alanine. Okay, simply alanine you can say. Now a mirror image of that one you can represent like that. So this is the kind of representation I am going to write, help you in that. After completion of this you should able to write molecule something like this. This is called as a wedge representation of alanine. This is a wedge representation, and in earlier case we have seen this is Fisher representation with straight line, horizontal and vertical lines. If you represent, it is Fisher representation. We will get familiarized with this kind of representations in this class. So this is alanine and its mirror image would look like this, and one will become S, another will become R. So the nomenclature part you might have studied in earlier class, S and R. Dextrorotatory and levorotatory part also you might have studied. So S is CIP rules as per that one. So anyway, this is alanine in its wedge representation. So this is a stereocenter. This carbon is the stereocenter here, and this carbon is the stereocenter, and we are trying to make a mirror image, and you just try to overlap this. It won't overlap, and they are non-superimposable you can say. So they are what? Enantiomers. And if more than one stereocenter is there, then diastereomers arise. They are basically non-mirror images. They are what? Non-mirror images, and they are non-identical stereoisomers you can say, and they are non-superimposable also. Here also superimposability is not possible, but more than one stereocenter will be there. Just in the case of this molecule we have a look at. So one tartaric acid, the most familiar example, with two dicarboxylic acid. So now these two are mirror images. The first two molecules, 1 and 2, are what? Mirror images exactly, and one is D-tartaric acid and one is L-tartaric acid, and with one change. The third one you have a look at, this is mesotartaric acid. Your mesotartaric acid is not a mirror image of 1 and 2, that is D-tartaric acid and L-tartaric acid. So now you try to bring out the relationship. 1 and 2 are mirror images and non-superimposable, so they become what? Enantiomers. What about 1 and 3 molecules? In the case of 1, this is tartaric acid, and 3 tartaric acid. This is D-tartaric acid and mesotartaric acid. Third one is, so 1 and 3 are what? Diastereomers. What about 2 and 3? 2 and 3 are not mirror images, so you'll land up with what? They become diastereomers. They become what? Diastereomers. So now these molecules we will try to represent in various forms. So what are the representations that are possible here? So representation is possible in wedge line form, Fisher projection, Sahar's projection or Sahar's formula, Newman projection formula. So these are various forms in which your organic molecules can be represented in. Organic molecules can be represented in wedge line formula, Fisher, Sahar's and Newman projection. So let us try to learn the various ways of representing organic molecules. So now let us see the wedge projection. So in this case, whatever bonds that now you are looking at is on the plane. Just a second. So this is on the plane bond, you can say, and if you have to represent a wedge, this is a wedge, okay, and this is a dotted line which represents bond that is below the plane. So you can see around carbon 4 bonds are there. Among the 4 bonds, a regular line, whatever regular line that you are looking at, that is on the plane. So which bonds are on the plane? So this bond is on the plane. So this is on the plane, on the plane, and this one is also on the plane. Okay, so and what about this bond? So you look at this bond is above the plane, ABO, above the plane. So and this bond is, fourth bond is below the plane. This whatever bond that you are looking at, this is below. Okay, so that's representation is a wedge. Now if you have to convert this one into another formula, that is Fisher projection. Now I am trying to convert this one into Fisher projection. So in the case of Fisher projection, you will find a horizontal line bond and a vertical line bond like this. So this is a horizontal and this is vertical. So you will find both horizontal and vertical bonds. You will find in what projection? In the case of a Fisher projection. So this is your, what you can say, that's a Fisher projection. Fisher projection, you can say. Okay, so how to convert a wedge into Fisher projection? How to convert a wedge into a Fisher projection? So the same one, I will try to repeat that one. This is on the plane bonds, and this is what? A wedge projected towards you are above the plane, and this is below the plane. Now you are trying to observe from this place. This is your normal eye, and you are trying to observe from this place. This is your normal eye. If you are observing from this direction, what you should do is the bonds that are appearing first, you will try to represent like this. So this is the left hand side bond, and this is right hand side bond. So if I keep some x over here, x comes over here, and if I keep some y over here, the y comes over here. Okay, that's how you represent a wedge when you are looking from which direction? If you are looking from this direction. So if you are looking from this angle, if you are looking from this, you are supposed to represent like that. And the bonds that are present on the plane, you will represent with a dotted line. Now what I am trying to do, I am trying to convert. So keep some A here, so it becomes A, and some B here, so it becomes what? B comes over here. Okay, that's how you represent. So that's your X, Y, A and B. Now you go for representing that one in your Fisher formula like that. The same, keep a straight line. Here comes A, here comes B, and this way it is Y, and this way it is X. And what is this projection? This is your Fisher projection. Okay, so that's how you get wedge converted to Fisher. So let us see one example. So in this case, let us try to draw one molecule. Say this is your wedge representation. This is on the plane. This is also on the plane. Bond that is present above the plane, bond that is present below the plane. So as your tetrahedral structure is a three-dimensional structure which will have bonds that are present on the plane and bonds that are present below the plane. So normal lines indicates on the plane, thick line indicates above the plane, and dotted line indicates below the plane bond. So now I will give some groups here. So some group like COOH over here, and some other group like to make it chiral I will make 4 different groups, and this is CH3 and this is OH and H. Now the observer is looking from this direction. This is your normal eye. This is looking from this direction. So if you are looking from this direction, how will you go for? So in this direction you are looking at, so you should draw these two bonds like this on this carbon. So on the left hand side you will get what? Hydrogen. On the right hand side you will get a CH3. Above you will write what? Your COOH. COOH. And below you will write what? Below you will write a CH3. Now you convert this one into your Fisher. So in the case of Fisher projection, vertical bond and horizontal bonds. Vertical line will have what? COOH and CH3, and horizontal line will have hydrogen this way, and this way it is a CH3. So that's your wedge. This is your wedge structure, and this is your what structure? Fisher structure. This is your Fisher. So wedge and Fisher. So that's how you convert a wedge into Fisher. Okay, so let us try to draw one more example. I will take one more example here. Okay, so let me draw something like the one from your earlier case. Okay, so just now we have seen the alanine case, no? So that I will try to represent. So this is your hydrogen below the plane, and this is some methyl group that is above the plane. On the plane it is COOH, and on the plane it is amine. On the plane it is NH2. Now first of all what we will do, so the observer will be looking from this direction. This is your normal eye. కనుతో ఈ విధంగా ఈ డైరెక్షన్లో చూస్తున్నాము. సో ఈ డైరెక్షన్లో చూస్తున్నప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, విల్ గెట్ వాట్, దిస్ విల్ బి ఆన్ ద రైట్ హ్యాండ్ సైడ్ అండ్ దిస్ విల్ బి ఆన్ ద left side. So one bond you represent on the right hand side and other one is a left hand side. So this one comes on the right and CH3 will come on the right hand side, left hand side, and one bond you will represent above. This will be your COOH. So you can't look in some other direction. So your wedge is in this direction, so you need to look in this direction only because this is close to eye. The CH3 is close to eye and CH is away from the eye. So you will be looking from this direction. So you didn't take in this direction or in this direction or in this direction, you won't look. If you're looking in that direction, the or in these directions, these three directions are prohibited, not the these three. I mean to say that this is not the direction you are looking at. This is not the direction, and this is not the direction, and this is not your direction. Okay, so which direction you are looking at? You should be looking from the wedge, close from the wedge. That's what it is, close to your eye. The wedge itself is indicating that this bond is close to your eye. This bond is close to your eye. Whatever blacking and whatever thing that I'm blacking now, this bond is close to your eye, so you will be looking from this direction only. Okay, so the other three are simply, so you can't look from this direction, and you can't look from this direction, and you can't look from this direction. So only direction that you are supposed to look is, this is the direction that you are supposed to look. Your eye is looking from this. This is your eye. Okay, E by E you can write as. So that's your eye. So from this direction you are looking. So if you are looking from that direction, this falls on the left hand side and this falls on the right hand side. CH3 on left, hydrogen on the right, and the prons that are present on the plane will be coming on the plane. This is on the plane, NH2. I have used different color. Okay, it's okay. So now in the case of Fisher, what we will use? We will make use of vertical lines and horizontal lines. This is what projection? This is your Fisher projection. In the case of Fisher projection, we will make use of what lines? Vertical and horizontal lines. On the vertical line, what you will have? CO, OH, and this way it is hydrogen, and this way it is CH3, and this way it is other one is NH2. So this is your Fisher. And how is your wedge? This is your wedge. This is your wedge structure. So that's how you convert wedge into what structure? Fisher projection. So when you are using wedge means what? ఉబ్బెత్తుగా ఉన్న భాగాన్ని వెడ్జ్ అని పిలుస్తూ ఉంటారు. ఓకేనా? సో ఉబ్బెత్తుగా ఉన్న భాగం అని అర్థం. సో దట్స్ వాట్ ఈస్ వెడ్జ్ మీన్స్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఒక నెయిల్ని చెక్కలో కొట్టారు. ఆ చెక్క మీద మీరు ఇట్లా చేత్తో అంటే మీకు అర్థమవుతుంది ఇక్కడ నెయిల్ ఉంది అని. ఎలా తెలిసింది అది? దట్స్ వాట్ ఈస్ వెడ్జ్ ప్రొజెక్షన్ ఇట్ ఈస్. సో హియర్ ద వెడ్జ్ ఈజ్ వాట్? యువర్ డార్క్ ఎండ్ పార్ట్. Whatever darkened part is wedge, and dotted line is what? Your away from the viewer. Okay, so believe you could understand the wedge and Fisher structures. Wedge and Fisher. What are the two forms you are having? One more is Newman projection is there, and Sahar's projections. That also we will try to look into. So in Sahar's projection formulae, we'll try to represent the molecule in 3 dimensions on a paper. Here, bond between two carbons is represented by an elongated diagonal line. So this is the important feature. You will use an elongated diagonal line, and lower end of that line is front carbon, and upper end of that line is back carbon. We will represent lower end of the line is front carbon, and upper end is the back carbon. We will represent that molecule. 1 or 2 cases we will take. We will see that molecule also. And in the case of Newman projection, we will use both also. Another projection, we will see that how we will arrive at that Newman projection. We will see first, and then we will see one example. This is also a representation of a molecule, 3-dimensional representation of a molecule, and we view the molecule along the bond here. Okay, just keep your pen right in front of you, and you look at horizontally. Keep that pen and are piercing to your eye, close to your eye, as if it is piercing you, and you observe that. So the front part of the pen is your front carbon, and the rear end of that pen is your back carbon. Here also front carbon is represented by a dot, and 3 groups will be equally spaced at 120 degrees, and back carbon will be represented by a circle. This you should keep it in mind. Front carbon is a dot and back carbon is a circle, and the groups attached to that will be 3 groups will be attached at equal spaces by 120 degrees. Okay, 1 or 2 cases if you see, you can easily understand that. Okay, let us see that. Let us see that one in the case of ethane. So if I have to represent that, this is your, okay, so I will give you a pen there. So that's CH3, single bond CH3. So this single bond is free rotator. Whatever single bond that you are looking at between carbon atoms, this is a free rotor. This you can rotate freely. If you are rotating freely, what you get is conformers. You will get a conformers, and for these conformers you can make use of two ways of representing. One is saw horse. Saw అంటే what do you mean by saw? చూశాను అని. What do you mean by saw? Saw అంటే see, past tense of see. Horse is, you know, the regular horse, so you know how a horse will look like. So this is, you can, I'm trying to make it, it's looking like, okay, the head of it, and you have seen a horse, that's saw horse. And other one is Newman projection. So you have two types. This ethane, whatever ethane, you can represent in two forms on rotating around C, single bond C. Okay, so this one I will try to represent in Sahar's projection. So just now we have seen the imagination part of Sahar's, how you need to imagine Sahar's projection, that it is a 3D projection. Bond between two carbon atoms is represented by elongated diagonally line that is diagonally represented and elongated. So which line? Between carbon and carbon you have a single bond. This single bond I will represent it diagonally and elongated. So if I have to represent this, so I say this is first carbon and this is second carbon. So between two carbons we are having a bond. That bond I will represent it using a line like this. That line is elongated diagonal line between two carbons. So this is my first carbon and this is your second carbon. As we have already told, the lower part of the line is considered as the front carbon. So this is lower part. In this line, this is the lower part and this is the upper part. Lower part is front carbon, upper part is what? Back carbon. On the front carbon you are having what? Three groups you are having. On the front carbon you are having three hydrogens, that also I will represent. So that's a hydrogen, or here I will represent the front carbon's hydrogens. I will represent it. Which color we have taken this? Hydrogen, and hydrogen. Back carbon's hydrogens also I will represent like this. Three hydrogens. This is hydrogen, this is hydrogen, and hydrogen and hydrogen. Okay, that's how you can represent. So that's the Sahar's formula. One more also is possible, that you can represent, this is the elongated diagonal line which you represent, one you represent like this, three lines, three groups attached you can represent like this, and three groups attached you can represent, one I will represent like this, and this, hydrogen, and another hydrogen, and one more hydrogen. So these two. So truly speaking, this is an eclipsed structure. This is an eclipsed structure, and this is a staggered structure. Staggered, we call it as staggered, 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 and this is a eclipsed. So that's Sahar's formula. The same Sahar's formula in one more case, let us see. In the case of butane, So butane, you can represent butane something like this: carbon, and carbon with CH3, CH2, and CH2 and CH3. That's your butane. Okay, so if I say this is first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, and fourth carbon, I will try to represent between 2 and 3 carbon atoms. So I will make this is CH3 and this is another CH3. This is first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, this is fourth carbon. The bond I am going to elongate represent elongatedly is between second and third carbons. This is the bond between second and third carbons. Second carbon is having one methyl is there and two hydrogens, and the third carbon is having one methyl and two hydrogens. So you can represent methyl here and another methyl over here. Hydrogen and hydrogen. This is also equally spaced lines we told no at 120 degrees. What is the angle of separation here? 120 degrees. So that's an staggered form. This is a staggered representation of what? Butane. You make a CC rotation here. If you make a CC rotation, what happens is it results in eclipsed and Gaussian structures also you can get. You can get eclipsed structure and Gaussian. So to write eclipsed structure, if I make a 180 degrees rotation, what happens is this CH3 will come down and hydrogens will come up. So if you make a 180 degrees rotation, so make a rotation by 180 degrees. Make a rotation by this one, you just try to rotate. This is single bond rotation by what degrees? 180 degrees rotation. If you make, what happens is you will get the new structure, you will get as a something like this. Top will become bottom and bottom will become top, simply, isn't that? So that's how you will get structure something like this. Okay. This way hydrogen, I have rotated that by 180 degrees. This becomes CH3 and this is hydrogen and this is hydrogen and that is your CH3. So you are rotating C single bond. So you take one point, you are supposed to rotate. So that results in what? This is an eclipsed structure. This is eclipsed structure. Okay, that's your Sahar's projection. Sahar's projection. So let us see conversion of Sahar's to Newman.